Hello, hello, hello guys. Selamat hari Minggu. PRX hari ini, asik, Rasain dulu ya. SSD, SSD. Fearless sih, bego banget. Ngapain try hard the fearless? Woi, Clash. Bagaimana Arc Knight Anfield? Cuma musuhnya juga nggak ada kabar gitu ya. Kayak best game mobile udah gitu padam anjing.
流れて風が立つぞ今だ絶縁障壁にちて
Rumah rame pas ada cup. Udah kuda masing-masing. Itu event atau fan ya kayaknya. Anemo. Event.
防衛モード移して今だロックオン撃て掃除対象行け満ちて三月よ輝け
Jujur dah habis itu semua eventnya. Masih satu lagi. Apa lo mau narik lagi kah? Mau jadi RC3 kah? Oh, udah paham sendiri. Ya, gue keren lo gak ada jawaban. Mau kah? Oh, udah loh. Ayo. Custom fokus regen amunisi. Ada speedrun quest yang witch sih. Gak lama kan? Baru 65 sekarang apa 60-50. Kalau Angel of Delusion pas rilis biasa aja cara skip. Pasti skip sih kalau gue sih 80%. Buher. Welcome. Jam 3 ada PRX versus GN ya seru nih. Tuh ML jam berapa tuh? Final. Enak ya deh nggak biar konstrukan yang teori gue jadi luar dua atau tinggi dua. Kalau game changer kayak Delen, nggak akan sih. Kayaknya game changer aja nggak akan gua ambil kayaknya itu. Tidak akan saya ambil. Gak ada yang ini juga sih. Gak ada yang komplain juga sih. Aneh lah.
流れて掃除隊次
お静かにほらとやはっ
どうしたの
さあ目を閉して暗闇は
新月が絶縁障壁で展開塵となってください生きて
Lebih cepat yang tengah. Yang mana aja lah. Gue nggak mikirin itu, cok. Ken busuk. Busuk Ken. Di spam loli si next jadi bisa regen. Kayaknya 2 patch ya. Kalau 2 patch yang nggak tertarik enak banget loh. Jam 6 sore. Oh iya, berarti nonton PRX terus nonton itu gitu. Gelo.
移して
Sekarang main dulu yang itu ya.
ほら目を閉してはっせい暗闇は怖いですか
Final satu lagi.
お静かにいや夜ですね
殲滅モードで輝けそこ紅に染まって散りなさい
死の底よっ
Iya, tidak berguna. Busuk banget anjing maksudnya. Tai. Gue beli liquid enak. Ini rasa ubi. Rasa ubi anjing. Lo nyadap itu kentut-kentut nggak tuh? Makan ubi kan biasanya kentut-kentut kan ya?
手伝って
お静かにほら夜ですねいやさあ夜ですね
新月が来る塵となってください絹のような弱さね
ほら
Iya, kenapa bunga yang ini? Kan? Iya, tet. Ya nggak sampai gitu juga. Jangan keluar. Lihat tuh di ruang tamu questnya. Hah, ruang tamu. Coba gue lihat dulu. Lihat. Quest yang mana nih? Ruang tamu yang mana anjir? Yang general. Masuk ke gorong-gorong yang terbengkalai. Penyelamatan darurat. Kenapa tuh? Tetap solid 7 ya. Oke, thank you. Solid 7 itu. Kalau betul coba main kartu, gue udah beres, enak. Udah done semua ya, gue sudah beres 100% kayaknya, tapi nggak tahu sih kalau di World nanti tiba-tiba belum buka semua load mapper lagi. Ini nggak nyampe 11.000 cok, sedih ya. Total harusnya 15 ribuan lah ya, standar sih. Standar itu kayak 60 pool kalau lu pakai Welkin kayak gitu jadi 1 PT. masuk ke gorong-gorong yang terbengkalai.
Ya,
Tai anjing. Tapi untungnya di next phase-nya ini kan udah berita baiknya ya 30-30 gratis ya. Target gue cuma satu kan si Ayamet satu-satu kan udahlah. Begitu nabung lagi. Aman. 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 Langsung saja teori olin enggak juga sih. We must greedy guys. We must greedy. Kalau bisa cuma 20 full why not? Minta lagi ya ke Kuro ya. Mas Kuro anjing. Mas Kuro.
この同点も華やい
Dia
でき
nonton
ました
PRX
ね。
ya, main lu bang.
この情景を目にできて感慨深いです。
Main apa tuh? Nanti masih sejam lagi kan. Udah nyantai kita daily dulu gitu.
同点について
Soalnya waktu kata Artia, Jinsit juga kayak gitu guys. Yang dikasih tuh. Semoga lah ya. Nah, banyak nggak cuman gua soalnya. Waktu itu yang kata Artia sih puas ya, yang gua gacain semua menang 50-50 ya. Yang kalah cuma satu tapi itu juga double gitu. Di Iyo kan, yang gua ketawa itu tadi, yang kemarin gua ceritain itu loh. Dia dapet ini yang gua ketawain anjing. Kita sengaja lah ngetawainnya gitu. Tapi dia langsung dapat gitu. Bukan ngejek gitu ya, bukannya burst in laughing gitu. Ini panjang anjing, sumpah storynya babi. 81 ya. Follow main, cuman udah lama nggak main juga sih. Lama betul dah 9 hari. 9 hari, ada 9 hari berapa jamnya nggak? Kalau ada 9 hari berapa jamnya berarti itu 10 hari loh. Barengan anjing bangsat emang sama ini ya. Berapa sih dia ganti patch? Kayaknya kalau ini kan 9 hari 2 jam tuh kan jam 5-an ya. Biasanya hari Selasa sih. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 ya kan hari Selasa dia si Jibai. Kayaknya sih kalau misalnya si Putering hari Kamis biasanya tuh. Kan dia pindah ke hari Rabu sih. Magic juga ya kalau jadi hari Rabu ya. Lihat dulu ke Putering Wave. Biasanya dia dikosongin 1 hari bannernya. Minggu ini berarti dikasih lihat senjatanya si Ayamet apa substatnya biasanya kan. Februari 5th tuh tanggal, bukan dia Kamis anjing, gua udah bilang. Ambil Cibai, ambil dong Cibai itu harus itu. Geo, mami, kuda lagi, cuman kuda. Terus ambil itu. Lambangkan siohnya ya. Mana nih? Tentu sandal. Susah sih, iya. Gak terlalu susah sih kalau gue lihat. Jadi si Genshin dulu berarti gue ambil si Zibai dulu ya. Anjing. Zibai harusnya keluar ini sih. Keluar apa namanya? Radiant Capture gue. Harusnya Radiant Capture ini. Karena gue nggak akan takut 50-50 lagi lah. Kalau kalah lagi ya udah berarti reaksinya nanti di Nicole. Gampang, gak usah takut. Kalian capture. Ampun. Itu kita ngebangunnya gimana sih? Tuh emang ada harinya ya? Sculptor tuh. Ini banget.
魔女の小屋作りはとて簡単な人々だから
Gampang lah. Semuanya sudah ada jadwal. Jadwal. Gift from the sea spirit, take walk. What? Apa jadi di fonten anjing? Hah? Halo? By the gentle shore of fountain, you can meet a Melusian who needs your help. Ini apa? Ada event baru. Wah si anjing ya. Pas ini ya. Questnya no village anjing goblok. Terus kenapa ke konten lagi? Tolol. Ya, Merestra dulu guys. Merestra dulu. Pitch drop jangan lupa. Udah ready Suher, udah berapa? All in ya lo ya, all in ya. Red on bukan sih lo? I anjing. Bukan kok. Ini udah beres belum? Udah. Udah, weekly eksperimen. Ya udah gacha satu aja. Set. Yang dikasih BH nih, goblok. Kasih tank top doang. Biji kuda. Berapa jam lagi sih? Setengah jam lagi. Kita kerja dulu aja ya. Gue lagi seneng main CSN justru ini. Ngejar level 120. Gila. Emet. Belum ada ininya ya. Gak ada video-video tambahan, biasanya ada tambahan lagi. Ini gila iklannya terus aja Enfield babi. Gak akan main anjing. Ini Silver Palace keren banget anjing. Gue malah seneng Silver Palace malah. Emang lo suka ubi anjing? Gila banget. Gue sih agak gak terlalu suka sama ubi ya. Kan anjing Suher, gila banget. Ubi guys. Takutnya ngaruhnya gara-gara gue pakai Astra sih kemarin build. Thailand nambahin attack nggak tuh? Kalau nggak nambahin attack mungkin bisa lebih bagus. Gue nggak bisa nyobain aja, ada Thailand nggak punya gue Thailand. Malah nih si Thailand satu set. Sama lagi cekak gini ya. Cekak, cekak, cekak.
タオちゃんの勝ち。姉弟子が手伝ってあげる。何かあったらちゃんと私に言いなさいよね。
Dung, 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 dung. Pam param pam param. Beres. Defend. Itu dulu lah. Siapa tahu. Someday. Tolong minta yang bisa ganti stat ya. Ganti stat. Anjing defend emang. Nih class, lu pakai tim kayak gini bisa langsung stack 6. Tapi rotasi kedua lu udah nggak bisa lagi. Ini kenapa? Bisa jelasin nggak? Ini 3, 6. Jadi rotasi kedua lu nggak bisa lu
流
cobain.
れる雲冷たく光
Bisa jadi kan?
雲を照らせ 雪明かり
20.000 dari bantuan PPKM. Pesan Lord KARBITES.
Hah? Bantuan PPKM coba tuh. Lord Habib. Itu hell ngapain Ki? Gila banget. Thank you brother. Bantuan PPKM anjing kesel banget pokoknya. Kenapa di rotasi keduanya dia nggak nambahin stack? Oh gitu intervalnya beda-beda dong. Dan banyak restriction juga ya. Hah? Bukan gua bang, hah serius? Bukan lo? Siapa dong? Dir, siapa tadi? Bantuan PPKM. Lu anjing PPKM babi. Ngomong aku lagi.
安心しなさいよね
Itu pusing. Parah.
生命圏冷たく光雲を照らせ天を立つ
Itu Lord Karbiter. Lord Karbiter anjing. Lu punya 2 kepribadian gitu. Sekarang lagi jadi Lord Karbiter. Tolol. Anjing. Lord Karbiter. Ini dia farm emang ngedonate-nya di sosial bus lagi ya? Bentar ya. Lightning. Oh my god. Apa tadi? Support from bantuan PPKM anjing. Tuh herannya lu anjing. Bisa gua lihat anjing ini anjing goblok. Emailnya kan ada. Nggak sih? Boleh tuh orang-orang gacha Aknek Enfield kalau apasnya amperage. Iya kan? Emang seampas itu cok. Holy crit rate damage. Itu butuhnya crit damage. Bener. Biasa bang kembalian liquid lumayan buat beli cilor. Anjay. Emailnya aja sama goblok. Gak bisa, gak bisa, kamu gak bisa bohong. Di sini ada emailnya anjing. Allah.
20.000 dari bantuan PPKM. Pesan, Lord KARBITEL.
Lord Carbiter. Tolol. Ah, tapi ada yang bagus gak sih? Kayaknya gak ada ya. Gimana Ki? Mana emang suka ubi gitu? Anjing gila anjir, gue megele anjing sama ubi. Gara-gara sering hitut anjing kalau makan. Emang enak pisan gitu ubi. Ubi atau taro anjing? Taro juga ubi sih sebetulnya. Tales ya. Dua B6 semulti red off keduanya. Apa itu lu? Tuh, itu akun berapa kali reroll atau langsung main? Oh, ya bantuan PPKM bener anjing. Bantuan Thanos tuh anjing bangsat satu. Guntul. Oh ya ini ada ini. Oh, not bad. Tahu sih tapi nggak gacha juga. Fuck you Thanos. Lalu ya di sini mah sering pisan Thanos anjing bangsat. Satu semuanya. Biji kuda. Ada kemarin nonton orang gacha 2 kali B6 hitungannya hoki tapi off keduanya. Agak reroll sih tutorialnya aja hampir 40. Malah hoki lagi kalau gue bilang 2 kali tapi B6 semua mah. Tapi red off misalnya dapat yang cewek itu katanya si X-Lice juga dia belum red up tapi dia udah dapat duluan loh. Kan gue nggak ngertinya gitu ya, ada karakter yang belum red up tapi udah bisa digacha tuh aneh loh. Itu kayak lu di banner Colombina lu kalah dapatnya Jiba ya. Dia bilang tolol banget. Dia sampai kaget anjing. Kayak gitu aneh. Aduh, busuk sekali. Yang bagus anjing. Kalau crit semua oke lah. Over. Fisikal theater kan kesel ya. Goblok mang. Antara 3 HP. Saya lebih memilih HP. Goblok emang. HP flat. Ini dulu ya. Kan terakhir ya. Terakhir nggak sih? Oh let's go. Senin. Ya aneh anjir pas keduanya masuk ke banner red off. Kalau red off hoki bisa dapet. Itulah aneh banget anjing. Wow. Ini nanggung kenapa muka lu beda anjing? Marah-marah sih nanggung ya. Gara-gara telat dirilis sama developer anjing goblok banget. Foto bukan foto muka, foto kolor anjing popok semua anjing. Mas Arif foto kolor anjing. Wih, mata ke kamera lah anjing. Goblok. Tapi ini karakter barunya bocil-bocil juga anjing, kesel ya. Itu robot bukan sih dia? Yang kiri ini si nanggung. Kecil pisan tuh. Bener-bener pedofil yang suka ini ya. Ya bantuin aja lah, bantuin rilis tapi nggak akan gacha anjing. Hey manager, Mr. Muse. Nah, tiga-tiganya udah kesengseng nih sama Mas Arif anjing. Ya robot yang Arya. Ini kan, ini kayaknya lagi yang paling dijual paling mahalnya si Aryanya ini sih emang. Dia sama persis. Lu cak lihat si nanggung sama yang di kemarin di video udah beda banget anjing, mukanya aneh anjing. Bakal dikomplain juga sih kalau kata gue. Kayak muka Miyabi anjing. Developernya dimarahin. Balik. Developernya dimarahin kembali. Kayaknya keren sih yang kalau bisa Henshin sih emang. Harus sure wear at the right place. Nanggung. Yang kacamata rambut pirang. Ini kalau harus satu party tai bisan sih. Makin males gue gacha anjing. Kata Astrayo tuh not even a threat. Dari badan aja udah beda ya. Waktu Astrayo ngeliat anjing Astrayo, wah ini harus punya ini anjing, keren anjing, bener enak lagi. Mungkin performance-nya kalau seperti lain ada buff yang enggak anjing, gak guna cok. Dan bocil-bocil aja. You'll fight Korea still does have knowledge. Flame 300 doang anjing. Dicicil lagi bangsat berapa hari ya? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 anjing emang. Ya daripada nggak ada ya. Ditambah dari hari Jumat sih gede sih ya. Jumat kan ngasih 800 ya. Motor ya. Sama 300. 1200 kan. 1100 ya. Lender gitu lihat. Lagi sih kalau gue lihat kayaknya mah 300 lagi tuh. Seal of Delusion lagi kan ya. 30. Dah, nggak ada kerjaan lagi nih. Dia kayak dapat achievement sih, nggak tahu achievement apa ya. Mana tadi? Pattern story kah? Iya tadi dapat achievement apa tadi? Coba. Dapat achievement apa tadi? Untung tetap rotasi endgame tiap Jumat. Yoi. Yang penting itu. Dia juga tahu lah. Cuman rugi sekali doang. Cuman itu bahan kan yang jadi mahal ya harganya ya. Ini bisa ditukar ya, sedikit penyesuaian dikit. Namanya tuh. Nah ini nih. Ini jadi mahal anjing. Palak sih gue di SC gue nggak, kalau misalnya nggak dipalak mah aduh, ini kalau banget. Oh 2 menit lagi. Telepon aja Malaysia nggak ada jual tiket PLN lagi. Jual tiket PLN. Lihat dulu ya, mulai belum?
He says that every
Please,
time.
please.
But credit to
Crossroads.
him, after he says I won the veto and lost, he goes, it's on me,
Yeah,
it's my
100%.
bad. If I said I won the veto and then we
Udah
lost,
mulai.
I'd say, man, my players suck.
You just blame it all on your players. And this is why you're an analyst on this couch. You start blaming the players instead. And here are our predictions.
Oh my, they put it in red too.
PRX
Look at
semua.
these frauds
Yeah,
in red.
Bind
Big
decider as well. Oh my god, Ewok.
Yeah,
33%.
okay, bro. This testing, man, is
Look,
not...
I'm at least 50. You know, that's a pass.
Yeah, I'm failing.
Ah,
Paying
Bok ini
Victoria
Xperia
is
not
getting
looking good.
incredibly lucky.
What? That's sure. We'll call it luck. That's what the humble winners say, right?
Mabok
Paper
coy.
Thin and I are just nailing it. So it's been a lot of surprises. I think that's the point here, and I think it's hard not to pick PRX for this. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
every single one of their players won some sort of award last year. I think except for Jing, but he was fantastic too.
Yeah.
And they have so much experience. They had more time together. I mean, all the obvious points here, and it's PRX.
Yeah.
I think Global. Alex admitted it, right? He was like, I think Global could
Nah,
beat
jadi
us down the
surprise
line.
juga
but,
sih
you know,
ini. Bagus
it's
kemarin
quite
mainnya
early on
Global.
right now.
You saw Mika go for GE, it's because they're collecting all the Filipinos in one team.
Yeah.
Big Time went for GE because last time he went for Varel and he lost about 500 followers. So he's made sure he's not going to make that decision again, and he's going to pick GE this time.
Don't follow Morgan. He's obviously a flip flopper. Don't let him use you like that. Well, either way, I'm absolutely hyped up for this particular matchup. We got Global Esports facing off against PRX today for the very first time with these new rosters. And Patman, of course, is on Global Esports. Let's send it to the stage.
PCT, bukan PCT, kick off ini. Kick off. PCT-nya mah nanti habis ini. Off masih kayak baru ya. Baru tahu lu main ginian juga, Bang. Main sih jarang sih ya, cuman nonton seneng sih karena kita dukung ada orang Indonesia ini juga kan. Harus dukung negara sendiri lah, mau gimana juga. Dan seru juga sih ya nontonnya. Yang keren sih kalau yang nonton Indonesia. Soalnya kita bersaing sama yang luar tuh kuat loh. Kuat anjir. Gila. Bisa lah gitu ya. Harusnya bisa. Iya masuknya VCT juga ya. Oh suka juga main ini? Main Valorant.
It's kickoff day 4. We've got PRX facing off against Global Esports. Highly anticipated match for this weekend. We got Coach Alex, all smiles coming into today. Now PRX obviously winning that Masters Trophy. All of these players have left with some sort of accolade at some point of multiple years in a row. And of course adding Envy to this roster. Now, despite all the accolades, they still haven't won a Champs Trophy. Is adding Envy the missing piece?
Well, that's a pretty far way away at this point. But what I can tell you is that kickoff this year is going a lot better than last year for PRX. They're here to make their way over to another America's Masters because the last one went swimmingly. And they're also here to kind of prove that Envy was the right pickup.
Yeah, a little bit more firepower. We'll see if the firepower is enough to take down GE.
That's right. And of course, that question about that pickup with Envy meant sacrificing Patman to this team over to Frost on Global Esports. But Global Esports had a fantastic showing the other day, proving exactly why he's put this roster together.
I definitely think there's been a lot of hype on Global Esports in previous seasons, but this time it feels like it's the most legit. This time it feels like this roster could actually take down some of the big dogs.
Oh, definitely. And look at Pat there, like double dip into the coach's booth there, double high fives.
I feel like he was doing that for Alex though. He was like, we never did a handshake like this. You see this? You see this coach-player chemistry? This is what I didn't have.
It is admittedly a way better
What are you doing if you sell Monyet to another team and then he pulls that out with the coach and you're like, oh my god, what?
You better not do that. You better not do that. Don't go down that route. We've been way back.
All right, well, we know the coaches here are all friends. Big hugs, and this is going to be a big one. I know both of the teams are looking forward to facing off each other. On the side of Global Esports, even though they are a new roster, all of their players are very experienced here on the Pacific stage, with the exception, of course, of Hobby, who has just joined from Ascension. These are the Bandits. We're talking about the Mosquitoes, and Breeze is going to be the first destination.
Yeah, it's a little bit difficult to say right now what everything's going to look like just because of how early we are, but I'm excited to say.
Nggak pernah main, cuman jadi penonton seringnya lihat
We saw some interesting ideas yesterday on Breeze with the Nova.
LGS apa anda?
I'm curious to see if both teams were just going to run the double duelist. It does look like so far.
Kalau nonton itu, kemarin juga gue diajak nonton yang ML loh sama temen gue kan emang ya kita Indonesia ada ya AE itu.
Yeah, I mean double duelist is so prevalent in the current meta that you'd be surprised to see
sebetulnya main Dota dulu, cuman main ML kurang suka cuman ya kalau nonton kayak gitu turnamen seru-seru aja. Apalagi orang Indonesia lagi, kalau orang negara lain malas lah. Kecuali Dota sih, dulu gue udah suka banget Dota anjing, bangsat. Dukung OG gue dulu. Bener-bener Cinderella story banget soalnya. Gue ngikutin OG soalnya dari awal banget, dari dia pecah, dari apa gitu kan. Sampai bisa jadi juara dan anjing itu gila banget. Still the best story turnamen all time.
And you know, with the changes on
Setelah
Breeze,
itu
we finally saw
Dota
Breeze
makin
just yesterday for the first time between PRX and Full Sense. But of course, these two teams are completely different than the teams that we saw yesterday. As I mentioned, PRX has played Breeze before and didn't do great, and they just started banning it at some point. So it's curious they've left
Begitu
it
main mah goblok.
GE is going to stay with their obviously no Viper. I like to see that actually. Because they do go for the double smoke. It's not only the single controller there for them. They're going to go double controller, Omen, Astra, and they're going to stick with this solo Yoru vibe that they've been doing so far. I'm curious to see if they can actually get into the sites if PRX don't give them too many duels.
Okay, you see GE play these roles a lot, even on other maps. Unitard Vito is very scary. PRX though, Jing is bringing out the Jet. I've not seen that in a while.
It's never happened as long as he's been on PRX. This is the first time we're seeing a PRX Jing Jet.
He's got about 20 officials on it, so that must have been quite a long time ago. You got Forsaken filling that controller role on the brim. I like this comp, it's quite punchy. You can go from putting the Viper Wall up to an instant execute with the Sky Smokes and the double dive.
I am really curious about this as well. We were talking about this the other day. Not all Razes can play Jets, and not all Jets can play Razes. So how is this going to fly? Because we know he can, Jing can fly on a Raze. And what are your quick predictions for map 1?
Map 1? I mean, I'm feeling PRX in this series in general. It's really just a question of how well GE is going to be able to go. But they're on a lot of comfort agents, so I think they can definitely be competitive here.
Biar seru ya.
I'm very excited for the first map of Breeze between PRX and Global Esports. To take us through that, we got our casters, Quack and Komodo.
Yes, thank you very much, Victoria. It's a new era for VCT Pacific, definitely. I mean, new comps coming out as well. I mean, Ham Quack, this is Komodo. Thoughts on the composition of the matchup?
Exciting to see that we're getting a Jet to come out from PRX as well, but not on the usual suspect because Jing is bringing that one. But it kind of questions that raise in my mind right now is what style of Jet is he actually going to be deploying? Because globally so far, we've seen a couple of different options on this map of Breeze, right? We've got EMEA leading into a double controller, double sentinel style. Americas is running a double controller, double duelist type of style. But we're seeing a lot of 13-11s. So if I'm thinking about what Jing has to kind of bring to the party, I'm thinking about what Dirk has just been doing with the massive kills that he's putting up against Liquid. I'm thinking about what LaRock is doing in that huge comeback against Fnatic, where, let's be real, Fnatic probably should have won that map, but things happen. So there's some parallels that you can come out from there, but to flip it on over for global esports, I think there's going to be a lot of adaptability that we need to start to see to come out for them in this series as well. What is Javi going to be able to call and recognize early on in this game? How delayed is some of these little hits and some of these recognition components going to be for him? So I think there's going to be a lot more support needed from the likes of Patman picking up that secondary controller here as well. And they are starting off on the attacking side too. So I'm thinking, what mind games are we getting from a bit of an unorthodox double TP setup technically when you think that there's a veto alongside this Yoru?
Oh yes, and they weren't really rattled by Varel too much, just like our desk was mentioning, but here we go, immediately blocking off getting some control around shop.
Ya mereka juga nggak tahu sih. Putnya di sini ada 4. PRX biasanya berempat anjir.
Going up and getting all of this information, so as soon as they see that there's nothing hanging around the cannons, they can just send it back over towards A. Strong side Yoru also means that you can, TP him over, so they're kind of ready for this.
Oh yeah, just as you mentioned, the spam's going through the smoke, something finding a shot with that Sheriff, but at the same time, just giving them a little bit of freedom, while the rest of this B squad from PRX kind of circles around back.
Yeah, they're going to have to take a fight, you'd assume, as well. A player deficit, you've got the rotations from PRX, and eventually the flank is going to come out as well, and this is why they are trying to take the fight. But Harvey, he's just doing everything.
Autumn as well. Oh my goodness, Komodo. This could go south so quick. Just as that goes through, south is another direction they have to look at as well. Jing now onto this jet. Has the tailwind propped, but no true vision. Patman right around the edges of the smoke. Finds the double to take the pistol for GE.
We have seen so many players get close to the smokes in the course of like kickoffs everywhere that it's starting to just become too strong. You cannot come out of a smoke and not check the corners, it almost feels like at the moment. That's going to be an opening kill going the way of PRX, but it flips back over to Global that win the pistol. And so far out of all of the kickoff, you know, we've had some teams that haven't played games yet, of course, as well. Global Esports have the best first death conversion so far in the round, so that kind of, you know, extends out that little story that they'll lose the first kill, doesn't matter, they still fight, they'll get down and dirty, and they'll come out on top.
Just see it happen time after time, but here we go. Something onto the Marshall, just to try to bolster something a little bit up towards middle.
Wouldn't put it past him though, hitting some good tags, some good headshots. I mean, that tag there puts it into the realm that the Classics or the Bandit for Jing is going to be able to finish things off, right?
Yeah, now it's also onto Forsaken. Ooh. Really up forward.
I like the wall that PRX are doing on this round as well, right? If you're going to play retake over towards B a little bit later on, that's a strong retake wall. Also in the beginning of the rounds, it gives you an opportunity to kind of push up and play with the timing around elbow. Usually, you know, just as Patman finds that kill, you're thinking about Phoenix in their obscurity on this map. You think about Yoro getting some good flashes out on the back of that. If you're playing Chamber, for example, you're getting that elbow control and you're TPing out. So this wall is very opportunistic with a lot of different comps. I'm keen to see how PRX are going to utilize it on rifle rounds, because it kind of feels like we are just waiting for that at the moment. Though PRX did call the rotate right to the A site. Unlucky for them, 30 seconds ago, Global Esports are booking it to B.
Yeah, quickly sussed out the situation.
Iya, masuk ke B lagi pinter anjing.
A little bit telling as well. Who knows? Doing their due diligence at the very least, GE will be able to secure safe entry into this site.
Yeah, and who are they prioritizing? Getting the plant and farming up a bunch of these points as well, right? So it's just going to be Autumn for the plant. You've got Javi who's getting closer to the divide. You've got Patman who's even closer. We'll just see. They'll hunt for frags here. There's no reason kind of not to. PRX see what they can do with the Marshall.
Yeah, get some damage in. Something trying to poke and prod around back. But also feeling a bit of pressure as Autumn and Javi are able to take some poke shots, pop shots through these little arches as well.
Chokehold's watching elbow. Crystal's watching flank. Could be easy pickings for him.
Yeah, there they go. Now you're on for the hunt as well. And speaking of Javi,
let's go.
The fragging IGL from before, he's still here today, just taking these swings. Patman to finish.
Some good damage at the end there from Jing. Removing 2 guns from the equation can potentially impact Global going in towards this round right now. But I think the priority really for everyone right now is what is PRX going to do on this map, on this defensive side. Because when I was sitting back and I'm thinking, which way is this Vito going to go, right? Because PRX do have the advantage. There was no skirmish coming in towards today's games. And I'm thinking, all right, Global, you've got your choice of what you want to ban, right? You banned Bind against Varel, but we know they like to change their bans, like last year essentially, against who they play. They will
revenge
whatever they favor on the day. They banned Pearl, and I was thinking Abyss or Breeze for PRX, and I'm a little bit surprised that they did decide to opt for the Abyss ban. But talking about that wall, right, this is why. I mentioned the elbow push, and they're doing it with both double doors.
A lot of options off of this. But right now, just hearing for the footsteps, Devi able to find a singular spam. Patman getting a shot through as well. Envy tucked inside of the smoke, springing out at the right time, right place. Autumn finding a trade right back. But now you really need to watch out for this one fragging player.
There's so much time as well. Yudotan can't really get out with a TP. Autumn has to do the lion share. They swing together. This is disgusting work from Autumn. Look at the wrong way though, and something gets taken down by Yudotan. That's a bonus round going to Global.
Couldn't quite react to it, just as you mentioned, the double peek at the same time, despite trying to go in closer with the positioning.
And those sort of situations as well, right? A different opportunity if Yudotan potentially did have the crosscut available, if Autumn was the one inside the side, he could have TP'd out. But I love the small settle that comes down. They have that small time, that small window to discuss what to do, swing in together, and unfortunately for PRX as well, they do miss the shot on Autumn when he's not looking at them, which could
nggak tahu
have
sih
given them
emang
a way
PRX
back
di
in.
push nih.
Irrespective, Quack, this is kind of the best start you want for Global.
Desk mentioning that they probably would have won the map veto as well. This could be a little bit worrisome for PRX.
We'll see. I mean, at the end of the day, you got to adapt, you got to show it, and Breeze has had a lot of changes. You know, PRX are a team that are definitely strong at adapting when required.
Mati nih, Forsaken.
I'm trying to do a little bit of that right now. Despite it being an eco, Forsaken already spotted, but still able to take one down with it.
Kriminal sih itu. Nice banget.
How much stock do we put in something right now over at this A side? He's just got the classic, mind you. Everyone else went for a bit of an upgrade. Just droning out towards the B side at the moment, Envy. He's going to confirm that nothing's close. So, a bit of misinformation.
Di sini kalau kalah lagi time out nih kayaknya PRX.
Esports can try to waltz towards this B site together, and if Jing finds one here, it would be pretty good. One away from the Blade Storm. Imagine a world he gets that out in this round.
See if he can possibly make it out alive as well. Oh, there he goes. Cloudburst down.
Nice shot.
And as you mentioned, the ult coming online soon enough, but Pat on the lurk. Ooh, now you're getting a spike back over to A.
Yeah, and that was a Vandal picked up for something as well. He could have become really a problem in that scenario. 20 seconds to go to get this plant on in. Bit of an open gap if you path this wrong as Global as well, so you've got to get Crystal in to get this plant. The smoke will provide the cover needed though, and you'll take a little bit of a breath of fresh air. However, this still is a 3 versus 3 at the end of the day.
Nice shot. Bisa sabar-sabar, Fai. Nunggu temen lu, Fai.
Another shot through.
Anjing kena juga. Oh, udah karat dua-duanya.
Extra information as well. Now you're keeping your eyes on the map as to where the rest of PRX are approaching from. Autumn is aware. Finds Envy, but not quite the kill just yet. Has to be so cautious around these corners, but that's where he goes down. Jing and Envy, one apiece. PRX are in the game.
It's just some really crucial chip damage done by a lot of the different PRX members as well, right? Something's opportunity with the Vandal could have been the deal sealer, but honestly, Marshall chip damage, Jing getting that Sheriff kill, really important for PRX to pick up that round. You could have seen a world in which Global, 4-0 up, you're going to start to force PRX to maybe consider using a timeout later if things on the defensive side aren't going their way. They're going to have to change out their own approaches on this defensive side. So that's a bit of a savior of a round in the early stages of this one.
Go! Sit down, bro! Come on!
Udah dibacotin anjing.
And the operator's going to be out from something now.
Berani banget anjing si goblok.
You know how disgusting. I mean, I can't even finish the sentence and he's already done it.
Yeah,
a bit of an attempt from Jing as well, but going to be a reply from GE.
Cover going out.
Time to kill when the barriers drop around this B site. Super quick. You lose Jing and you lose Autumn. And playing a single duelist on GE's side, it does make it a little bit more difficult. Batman falls as well.
Now you also still have something who's constantly repositioning.
Nice shot.
Mulai bangun. Down through middle.
Everybody on PRX is just watching the correct angle that they need to when they've got this stellar player advantage.
Ya, jangan senang dulu.
Really comes on to Crystal and
Baru
Happy
juga
to try to just develop
awal-awal ya.
something in tandem here on the fly. Because I wouldn't really say that PRX
Lu udah main kemarin, ini baru main.
In a 2 versus 1 fight, but I'm looking at the radar and I'm kind of seeing a possibility if Global Esports went up through mid, they got to take the Doors challenge first against Forsaken. Envy's playing up at tower, and I mean, worst comes to worst, there's a Hunter's Fury he can throw if time plays an issue as well.
Gun here.
So it shouldn't really be GE's round, but as you mentioned it, just trying to find the right pathing, perhaps. Look at Divine repositioning, too.
I mean, the money is really important for GE, too. Autumn's got $0. If he's drifting in the next round, it's going to be with something of a lesser buy, a shotgun perhaps. 15 seconds to get into this B site now. What does Divine want to do? Well, Flying Crystal looking the wrong way.
Down B.
And all that's left is just the one. Time's run out as well. So perhaps a little bit more damage for Javi.
Yeah, he's just going to try and save the gun here. Take out Divine from the audio queue. And that's all she wrote. PRX will double down. Now we've got some thoughts to come into the GE camp as well. How are they going to I guess, stabilize a little bit? Because those 2 rounds there, you're starting to get PRX get active. They're in the server. They've got an operator in something's hand. It's going to be such a nuisance going forwards.
really might slow down the pace. I mean, forcing G to be a lot more cautious around these spots, something possibly anywhere. And instantly the timeout intervention from Coach Frost.
Yeah, and you know, a coach like Frost is already going to be recognizing a couple of patterns and strengths that PaperX are throwing into this map, and a couple of weaknesses of the team as well, right? It's been a little bit vocal about you know, what this team of Global is going to be looking like, and what we need to kind of see from Javi as well, right? We're seeing a couple of slip-ups in the series previously that they'll go back and watch the tape and try to adapt and refigure things out in the moment. That's why in the comms as well, we do hear a lot of involvement from the likes of Patton from Crystal. Javi, this is going to be a learning process for him alongside the rest of the roster too. And I think when I look at this right now for Yudo-tan specifically, I don't feel like you can jump straight into the veto and just be there, right? You can be amazing. So there's going to be a bit of a warm-up period for him on this agent, specifically on the attacking side as well. So what sort of timing is he going to be? And ultimately, just frag with the team, just be another body with a gun at the end of the day.
Really needing couple of these players to really get activated. I would love to see Autumn versus something as well. But at the same time, Javi, you know, being that Astra, possibly able to displace something. We'll see.
Well, it was the one gun that's carried over from the pre-round for Javi. They've gone for a bit of a buy-up behind it. If you're ever wanting to be anywhere around the map, though, when this smoke falls, it's probably not on the receiving end of something's operator. So by the timing, they will scoot on by through the doors.
Carefully trying to work around it. Now they've heard the shot, though, trying to go for the challenge, and they will take him down. There goes the execute, straight into the site. Cosmic Device still giving them a lot of safe cover. Hunter's Fury deployed as well. Batman going on a bit of a tear, and Forsaken just trying to find the right direction to look at. Tosses in an Incendiary just to buy his team a bit of time.
But it's a 5 versus 3, and in this scenario, I'm thinking as Autumn, you might even consider a Dimensional Drift, unless Yudo-tan's going to come out with a Sharpie, and you've got a 5 versus 2.
Oh, might even go down even further. Now 5v1. Envy spotted out by the end with Batman going all the way top mid. It's a flawless for Global.
Really nicely done from them, to be honest with you. The timing when the dark cover fades and the Cosmic Divide comes down, a sliver of an opportunity for something to potentially find a kill, or even maybe 2 when he tries to have a second bite at the cherry, but misses out. And you got the whole squad activating in that round for for Global Esports in a nice split in towards the A site. Very confident to take the challenges together as a team, and they do hold on to some of these ults, right? They pick up from the shadows at the end with that kill from Pat. They have 2 more carried over for the Evolution and the Dimensional Drift. Now we get some insight into PaperX's comms in this round as well.
Ulti. Where? TP. Speed. I think B boys no sound B. Careful pick. I made a look, guys. Hey, look. Ulti on me, Hero. A lot. Out. Yep. Coming TP. Coming in.
Good force out of TP from the operator or something, but now you got the members of PaperX around this A site.
See, they're really trying to stay on top of everything. If I'm being honest, it feels like they are in the hot seat right now, at least until this moment. Forsaken, a triple kill out of nowhere. Autumn trying to survive, trying to stay alive. He spots out the Vi and gets back into safety.
And he's got the spike as well. So this 1 versus 3, turn 1 versus 2 is going to be doable for him, but how does he navigate this? TP towards the B site. If he makes a little bit of noise towards A, could draw the attention, can buy some time, because this map is one that has a long rotation time. There's no Neon for the side of PaperX. The Yoru and something is dead as well. So there's going to be a bit of time that Autumn will have to play with when this plant goes down. 67 HP. Envy and Jing to play this one together, holding hands, and they've read it wrong, Quack. They're thinking that it's the A side. This is the worst possible scenario because of the marathon that they have to run. It's given Autumn a bit of time, but he's already looking for the fight.
Yeah, he's kind of has the right angle, but starting to think twice about it. He's got to be prepared for the trade. Unfortunately, the shot's not there. Envy takes the duel instead. That's firepower for you.
Yeah, unfortunately for Autumn in those sort of scenarios as well, the fact that they do go the wrong way, it throws the timing a little bit that you're thinking they might come if they were on the A site through mid and around through the cannons. So a little bit unfortunate. Wasn't ripe and ready for that fight. But on the flip side, PaperX keeping this one in a good challenge state. 3-4. I want to see this. I mean, he just pops to the smoke, and it's just the crispy aim that we know Forsaken has available, right? Massive multi-frag, great transition, mechanics that you can't teach.
You're born with it. What else can we say? That's the entire family bloodline right there.
Family bloodline.
Well, now we've got things getting quite interesting. 4 ults online for PRX.
Operator for mid doors as well. Yudotan bringing out one on GE's side on the veto. Point and shoot, and he's just he has did something with the operator.
I never would have thought that could have happened, but here we go. Just as you mentioned, needing Yudotan to be that extra gun.
Popcorn moment, it feels like, between these two teams now from what we're seeing already. Smoke goes down with the clone. Will the drone find Forsaken? You definitely needed to see Jing destroy that before it spotted him, and he does. The timing here.
There goes Crystal! What a trade!
Yeah, really important there. Could have been a
Shit,
very worrisome
man.
moment for GE if more than one member was caught with their pants down. So the fact that they hold the player advantage now, they
Harusnya
don't need to tuck
udah
away
bunuh
with their
satu
tail
mundur
between their
bang.
legs. They can just have a rethink.
Terlalu.
Javi still with the stars to execute onto this A site. And I get a little bit antsy with what Jing might be able to do. If he wants to updraft with the Blaze Storm, try and play this jet kit that we really haven't seen in a long time.
Nice, Jing.
Good crosshair placement for the first.
There he goes as well. Well, updraft is spent.
30 seconds left.
The rest of the team has arrived as well. Playing around the smokes just as his teammate that did the previous round before. Tries to get the drop around the back. Devi watching out the front. It's a trade for now. But here comes Jing. Goes in for the swing. And looks down to get the next. A triple kill in the round for PRX to tie up the score.
It's just good crosshair placement again, isn't it? It's not too worried. You feel like a PRX in that moment. They're navigating the angles that they need to. And I'm looking at the new breeze kind of reveal itself in this sort of scenario too. When you're on Global Esports, you can't just completely retreat in towards the shops and play it in a post plant. They're a little bit deeper into the site. They feel incentivized to go for a bit of a challenge on the back of Autumn's blindside too. Some good patience in the retake from
Goblok anjing,
PRX.
something loncat anjing.
Once again, the mechanics as well. Just trying to approach it as tactically as possible, but at the end of the day, it's PRX. Now the ults are still there as well.
It's got to be down to the eco for Global Esports now too. A Viper's Pit that kind of makes the B side unassailable, so we'll see what can happen in this round. It's a cracker of an opener from Jing, giving Patman a big old headache.
And Forsaken continuously, single-handedly applying pressure outside of shop. GE trying to find as much as possible up around middle.
Something down for the count yet again. Trying to get the line out with the operator. It's 2 rounds in a row that we've just seen him meet death. But what can you try and achieve here as Global Esports? What gaps around the map are you going to be able to find? That was an opportunity perhaps for Javi to find a way in. Devi though trades out Crystal and now gets the pressure sent towards him at this B side. Okay, we start to cook a little bit in this round, Global.
Things are getting hot. And with the kills, PRX still not backing down. Forsaken taking another challenge. Envy down for the count outside around Arches. It's Yudotan gone. Autumn only has a Sheriff. Tries to play around the smoke. Can't quite go for the reload either, so this makes things really precarious. Forsaken just creeps around the backside. PRX now in the lead.
I wonder a little bit what the call might have been on Global's side for Yudotan to push up more towards the archers, right? Because that's a 1v1 angle that he's taking against Envy, who's just already kind of far forward in that point in time. You had a 3 versus 2 where you lose Javi in towards mid. That 2 versus 2, you got the plant down. Can fall back a little bit, so a little bit of a question in that one, but regardless. PRX will find 3 in a row. They'll also take the lead now. Global will have a buy presence in the next round to see what they want to do. A quick beat. Leading the way on the dimensional drift, always keeping things interesting and changing things up. Don't be readable. Jing's going to start over at this B site as well with Devi. Quick rotations from the top of mid from 2 more PRX members as well can be readily available.
GE though trying to go in a little bit faster this time. It's Yudotan once again with another challenge. Takes a long shot all the way up to the arch. A lot of the side has been cleared out, but Envy finding a shot through the smokes as well. GE though not backing down from the fight. They're taking the fight to PRX, pushing all the way out.
There's going to be some timing here as well. Javi, Patman, they've got some smokes that'll be available that they can drop back down as well to buy a little bit of time, but you blink and you miss it, Quack. You thought the spike would have been planted in that chaos. It hasn't been. There's a minute to still play with. And Forsaken and something have split up.
Sabar aja belum.
But perhaps the element of surprise, as you mentioned, that crucial spike plant. Not quite committed yet.
It's really big from Forsaken, though. He can try and go for the denial of the plant. He's going to swing. And this is just very difficult for him to get out now.
Yeah. This GE squad, they've got each other's backs. Something, though. He could perhaps somehow silently find the drop. Down goes Forsaken. Cosmic Divide up now, which makes things a lot more challenging. Looks to make a pop flash play alongside the clone, making some noises. But quickly sussed out. Still though, a blinded Javi goes down. 1v1.
Autumn has 0 util.
Which means he's got nothing but his gun. The spike ticking away. Trying to play around time. Something just taking too much to clear around the corners. Which leaves it down to the exits. Who's going to be able to find it first? The barrel's been spotted. GE coming back in.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised Forsaken did manage to get one when he was taken down to 30 HP, but we know how sharp he can be, and that's going to be one of the different characteristics that he brings in with the Brimstone as opposed to an Omen, for example. He puts himself in that corner and he's got no Shroud of Step to get out of dodge, right? He kind of feels like it's either a narrow swing, wide swing to get involved, because in that situation you're not seeing in a way that something can dimensional drift to facilitate you getting back into a retake. Well done from Global.
No ego, no pride.
One round back on the board, but you know, you're only touching on the economy of PRX. They still have a bit of a buy to come in towards this new round. Evolution up for Yudo Tan, taking a challenge immediately against Forsaken. He needs a bit of help here.
Oh, unfortunately, help is not quite there. Envy does have a slight angle, but now hops off for Hunter's Fury, just trying to throw them into disarray. But GE has this down pat. The spike getting planted safely.
Yeah, the drift with the Hunter's Fury, but not in tandem either. Something's going to get behind them. Recognize that no one is there. This can be a multi-pronged retake now. Jinx start off on a Yudo-tan.
Which means G has to look both north and south. Very tough to deal with. It's Jing coming in with the blades out. Envy now with a classic shot as well. Patman caught, unfortunately, between a rock and a hard place. PRX take back the lead again.
Yeah, 7-5 or 6-6 is what we're going to see here, and no real ults you would think are going to be present in the next round for PRX, unless Forsaken wants to try and cheese his way into some of these orbs to get that orbital. It's going to be a straight-up gunfight from PRX. And a bit of stability needed as well, considering that had they lost that round, the economy would be nearing the bin. And there was that Bladestorm investment from Jing as well, right? So they wouldn't have that to rely upon, for example.
Still a pretty good chance for G perhaps to tie up the score. This entire first half has been quite back and forth.
Yeah, Breeze, scrappy fights, getting hungry to just have a bit of a fist fight. Do love that. Problem though in this one, GE a little bit lesser equipped. Didn't bring the right gloves to the boxing fight. See what they're going to be able to do. A mid-walk from PRX in through holes. Javi, I'm not sure if he was actually spotted out there, but he knows there was some presence from GE there. We hear it in the audio cues anyway.
Wonder if this Hunter's Fury could possibly give them a bit of a boon for now just playing very cautious.
Yeah. You only got that single entry as well, remember, for Autumn, so you can only dive himself if he is set up by the likes of a dart or drone with the smokes to go from the team. We need someone else to be following him in pursuit as well. And is it going to be in the pursuit of happiness or not for Forsaken? His face gets obliterated.
Yeah, I'll send you to a bit of a depression. Team trying to find the trade as well, but quickly getting smoked off.
And it was needed because it was economic depression for GE in this round, right? So the fact that they open with a Sheriff shot, 30 seconds to go now in towards the A site, and rotations are already here for PRX.
Might be here, but do they have the duels? So far, so good as Envy comes in with a double. Still though, Patman playing around the smokes, not quite finding the shots, the firepower, the weaponry. It's not there. Spike not planted. Stinger needing to get reloaded, but Crystal still finds the shot. goes in for the spike plant now.
Stinger at close range. He needs something to come up close and personal here.
Dia nggak lihat.
Come down to a bit of individual timing as well. The blind side to throw off his scent.
Nice
And there
banget,
goes
anjing
Ilya,
samping.
the better Russian in this round. PRX will seal it 7-5 at the end of the
Pinter
first half.
banget anjing
They might be some good friends, but enemies in the server at the moment, and that was the perfect blindside to be throwing out at that moment. Completely obfuscates where he's coming from. Just throw a question towards Crystal's minds. It's good to also see that Envy, despite, you know, being taken down low, is winning those duels. Rest of the team, again, getting up close and personal, getting down and dirty, not scared to take the fights as we know PRX are. The 7-5 is the halftime scoreline. A slow, we'll call it a bit of a slow start, right? Losing out that first buy round of your own, the bonus of Global, but you do recover. You take the lead, and without the pistol round, that is always something pretty strong. So you think towards the second half now, and you think, all right, if PRX get this pistol, they're off to a great start now on their own attacking side, that they've got the ability of double duelist, of double dive, to get really deep in towards these sides. But if Global are also able to find the pistol, they'll get 2 pistols. What does that see, right? Do they lose despite getting both pistols? That throws problems in towards Global's camp. Do they get the pistol and have another great starting run when they do have now the Sentinel on this map in the Veto? So how is that looking for you, Dotan?
Because, I mean, if we know Frost, it feels like he could be trying to think through the entire game plan this way. That's why he got this exact composition, right? Yudotan, the Veto, possibly trying to cancel out some of the abilities, some of the flashes like we've seen from the previous days.
I mean, you got to think as well. If you are playing a Sentinel on Breeze in this current iteration, they have to be very self-sufficient and they have to be very informative with the rest of the team as well. There's just such a priority on the Viper because they can bunker down sites by themselves, but you also have the usage of that wall for attack in good space, right? In good aggression and in good holding of the sites. So you do see a lot more favor because of the long lines with the Viper. Case in point, PRX in this installment. Ooh.
You'll just take advantage of the smoke, but something quickly getting the double tap.
He read that one, didn't he? That is quite dirty and disgusting. Will be traded out by Javi at the end, but he's already done his damage. He's got a complete B open site now for PRX to waltz in, break and enter.
Yeah, the window's already been smashed to bits. Why not come in, steal all the loot?
They'll see that nothing is around the side as well, so where do you think this retake is going to come out from Global Esports at the moment? Is it all the flank side? You've taken complete Archer's control as PRX.
Even perhaps allowing for Envy to go on a bit of a journey of his own.
Crystal just got the dart up, so if he throws this one out right now, Forsaken's Incendiary is just going to null and void that.
Unbelievable. Oh, tosses it a little bit early, though. All the way towards the middle. Just some additional cover. Allowing for Envy to play as that sleeper agent. Continuing to sneak all the way up through, and there it is.
Nice.
All 3 shots, all down simultaneously. PRX with the pistol this time.
It just becomes very difficult after something 2 taps 2 of your team out of the rounds. Just holding the sky smoke immediately, and they just, Patman and Autumn don't get to play this round.
What do you do?
You honestly just have to sit back and accept defeat in that point in time. It was a bad decision to go through the smoke high and dry. Now we'll see how that start is going to flourish for PRX. Jing can go money man essentially with this Marshall. See how close to the Bladestorm he's going to be able to get. He's currently starting on 0.
Hati-hati close, cok.
Smokes, hearing that little interceptor as well.
Which is good, because if you think about it, right? What do you see from PRX and their ability to get into the sites? Darts, flashes, cloudbursts. It removes it all.
Still though, hopefully playing around this close range, he perhaps will be able to take the duels, but there goes that money man, not even taking a lick of damage. The team fully behind him. A-side is open for business, y'all.
Expectation that fight was coming through. PRX reading that nicely. Very well should be a 5 alive situation for them as well, going in towards the next round where Global Esports are going to have to start to climb a mountain. Question is, will they have their climbing gear or not?
Might need a Sherpa soon enough. Just down for the hunt for now. Jing happy to go peeking, and he eats the shot like a champ.
Though this is the shot that you don't really want to eat, though. Shorty
tuh.
close range.
Surely not. Tried to look around.
You only get a marshal. You're going up with the ship, or you're trying to get another kill here.
Oh, gets it inside of the smoke. Lovely. Nice little moment between ex-teammates.
Yeah, and only one casualty for PRX, so they're going to be ripe as rain going in towards the first gun round of Global Esports, and we're going to start to see now how do they want to set up their defenses with the abilities to just, you know, kind of lollipop around these sites with the 2 TP agents that they've got, the Yoru, right, and the Vito. They can take the fights, they can get out, they can have another fight if they want to.
Good, Patrick.
Patrick.
Oh, you can just feel that little friendliness between them as well.
Nonton teman atau gimana ya?
Straight into shop once again. We'll have a listen into GE.
Let's go GG fight.
They saw 3, they saw 3.
What did he? He reload gun close.
That was me, that was
Parking? I told you. Okay. Let's go fight middle, you want? Go.
Ooh, they do fight middle now, though. That's exactly where PRX have rerouted.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. Just a little bit of uncertainty, perhaps?
Yeah, well, I mean, PRX are just holding, actually. Thought they would have rerouted after the 3 scam, but they just decide to sit pretty. You'll clear your close corners and see if anyone's there. There's been not a lot of budging around the map, actually, for anyone in this one. That's a significant amount of damage from the Snake's Bite.
Ooh, but quick on the reaction at the very least. Now able to take down something. Forsaken, though, still with the spring. A hop in his step, goes in B.
Wow.
And another player down. Crystal eating a shock dart.
Yeah, they saw him retreat in towards the smoke a little bit earlier, didn't
Wow.
they? They'll just cross their eyes, dot their T's.
Beautiful,
The other way, because this one is turned a little bit upside down for Global Esports. Patman can only save face a little bit at the moment.
Trying to go for some of these taps, the best of his ability, but down he goes anyway.
That is not the way you wanted your defenses to start for Global Esports, is it? Your first buy rounds. And you bonus to your opponents. And they win it in kind of a near flawless fashion. You also found the opening kill too. A bit aggressive from Autumn in my mind to blindside himself through with no assistance, you know, no darts, no extra teammate to go with him as well from a couple of different angles. Too greedy in that moment.
Scoreline not exactly bolstering your mental confidence as well. But nonetheless, the rounds will continue on GE for the eco this time.
And see what damage the pistols are going to be able to do. But you've already got a mid walk up from something. You've got Devi watching in the doors if anything happens there. And this is just a massive gap around the map where something is piecing it together very handsomely. No one is expecting him to be this far up top mid.
My goodness. Well, perhaps Pat could have a slight inkling. The rest of the team as well, though. And there he goes. Will be able to get the first drop up against PRX. Tries to go for the second, but Jinx shuts it down.
This is the problem. They didn't know. I thought maybe the gate crash was seen by Patman and he could have called that it came past him. So you would assume someone's top mid. It's the only way it gets there, but so much happens in these games. Sometimes he just doesn't see it. Perhaps that's the most probable scenario. Now the pistols for a retake.
Just getting a little bit lost in the heat at the moment, but at least they will still continue to barrel on through. You rob some of these guns away. They've managed to do pretty decently up towards the back of B main. Now trying to get a push on through. Crystal will be able to take one down. Javi for the trade. All of a sudden, this is now interesting. Jing has to shoot himself out of this situation. Here's that the spike is getting halved, and Javi protects his teammate. GE will take a round back.
So we're just copying and pasting what happened in the first half, right? GE get 3, PRX get a thrifty, PRX get 3, and GE get a thrifty. So, well, you could see it on the radar there. He saw the blind side. So one of those situations. Maybe miscommunicated, maybe overlooked. I mean, I highlighted before, there is so much that happens in this game in the server. You see the blindside, you don't think that it's come from top mid.
Yeah.
You know, where something is. So, anyways, overlooked that. Doesn't matter. They got the thrifty. And we have an Odin coming out now from Crystal. And Jinx says, nah, shut up.
None of that. We've had enough of that since Champs. He's going on through again. It's Patman though hiding inside the smokes, but not having it any longer. Jing coming through with the spams just to check. The sight is completely there.
He's got bird's eye vision on this round. Just updrafts up, removes Crystal, shooting through smokes, removing everybody on global. There's nothing you can do in a situation like that. Javi and Yudotan, I mean, you definitely want to try and hold on to these guns and drop something over to Pat and Crystal, or Autumn as well, technically.
Mantul banget anjing.
No drift that you can use him to kind of go in first. Maybe you want to try a passage in which Crystal is using the Hunter's Fury.
Not too much, not in this world for now.
Kejar.
Perhaps talk things through for the upcoming rounds. You've got, what, 2 remaining ones left after this?
I mean, the problem is going to be that PRX are swimming with ultimates, right? It is just shark-infested waters, essentially. Like, you're not getting out of that one as Global Esports. Fortunately for Yudotan, he's not even getting out of this round with a gun.
Oh, no.
So what does it look like now for Global Esports? I would assume maybe a timeout coming in towards fresh fire rounds. But not even going to really have the opportunity for that coming into this. You got to take a knee, essentially. Unless you can force up and be okay with what you have in possession.
Let's go, boys! Go, boys!
Yeah, I don't know about that. Might even need a possible timeout soon.
Pusing. Lagi timeout nih.
PRX just doing everything right.
Pretty much. Spread around the map in a nice little default in the beginning. See what Devaya can frolic about for. Remove this utility over at A. Get the information if anyone's there. And this is what I was talking about earlier, right? Where you see Yudo pushing through the elbow, but no backup from the team. No double layup. It's a nice trade over in the shops. What do you do now? Something is so aware that that was possible, by the way, but just gets out of it at the wrong time. And Javi, the leader, does the damage. But can they convert? Global Esports, an opportunity here, 3 versus 2, time to be bought with the dark cover.
You mentioned before they were the leader of that statistic so far, and now they will continue to commit, plant their feet down into this round. Jing, though, taking a bit at that initiative all the way towards backside. Spike still dropped, however.
30 HP, and they're just going to pass each other around this site.
As you check that corner as well, Patman. Now you're thinking, could Jing have gone around back? Surely not. Crystal has the angle covered.
Oh,
India will be that kill. A Thrifty picked up by GE.
So far on the defensive side, both rounds that they've gathered are on the Thrifty variety. So we're asking a little bit more in these rifle rounds to come out from Global Esports. But I highlight again, right, you're coming into this next round where PRX are going to have weaponry. They're feeling the flow state on this attacking side. They have a hell of amount of ultimates that they can deploy at any point in time.
Nice one, boys. We got this.
It's definitely still going to be a bit of a difficult scenario for PRX, for Global Esports to answer to PRX, and now we get to see how they want to navigate this attacking side.
Nice one, boys. They're pushing in, no? They're pushing in, guys. Pushing in, maybe.
Let's go, boy.
Careful.
Can he pull? Wait for pull. One elbow.
TP. Yoru sitting.
Close side. Nice.
Cover me. Yoru.
Quickly calling out the trades. You gotta love how much they are in that flow state. And because of that, the Spike already down.
Yeah, 3 versus 4, Orbital Strike and Incendiary for Forsaken, though he does use the Incendiary generally to buy some time before a flood happens. Autumn close to the smoke, not revealed. Yudotan is Cosmic Divide from Javi as well to try and help out the team to get into this site.
Gotta watch out for a lot of these corners, though. Down goes the smoke. Yudotan gets the drop! Quickly goes Evolution just to get onto the Spike. Can he do it long enough? There goes the kills, but the Autumn with the trades. Javi as well. They've managed to do it.
Wow.
Cheeky, honestly, from Global Esports. You've got Yudotan popping the Evolution that can eat all of that utility that comes down when the Cosmic Divide muffles all of that audio on the opponents that are hanging around for a bit more of a retake style. But, post-plant style. It's the shots that get held really nicely. Again, the smokes. It's always the corner of a smoke that has some opportunity for the close holder to do something. But really, really nicely done at the end.
One enemy remaining.
Spike didn't even get half defused by Yudotan in that point in time, so you know it had to be very rapid from Global Esports to, well, I guess have the opportunity to even win the round in that post plant just then.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. Alex perhaps getting a little bit upset right now with Wendler. Lovely to see him in the booth as well.
Yeah, well, this is where things do get a little bit spicy in this map too. Deep stages of this first map.
All right, you just lost 3 rounds in a row to GE, who were down for the count before.
And of course, if I think back to other things as well, this was the team that PaperX as something was kind of excited to play against, right? Thinking that they are the most improved at the moment roster with their rebuild. Very excited to see how Patman does and to play them on the stage too. And well, now they get to do that in the server, and they've gone blow for blow. They've been hitting each other.
100%. I mean, while it's also fun in games, you're getting a little bit that friendliness, friendly tingle all around. It's also quite tense, especially when the scorelines are coming down to this stage. Autumn now bringing out the operator.
Mind you, Jing topping for PaperX on this Jet. So Jet Stonks rising in 2026 Breeze.
Let's bring it back.
Let's not. Ooh. Autumn onto something.
Something kena lagi.
I love how you just said let's not, but there he goes.
That's fine.
Drive-by from Jing as well. Orbital strike to try to flush him out of position, but Forsaken also able to bring his gun out just in time. Pat trying to stay alive from the round back 4-inch, but gets shot down by Forsaken. Just keeps going on. Autumn has managed to somehow sneak behind shot, but does he have the shot? No! Forsaken's still online! Yudotan trying to sneak through. Slowly stopped by the snake bite, and down he goes. Autumn able to find just the one. Envy getting shock darted by himself, allowing for Autumn to stay alive just a second longer, but can you truly shoot yourself out of this one? Not quite. They've got the angle, they've got the sprays, and PaperX are reaching up to that point.
Envy, can we leave self-shock darting in MEA, please? We don't need that here in Pacific.
Catch that.
Unlucky,
happen, right?
unlucky for Global Esports in a couple of those moments in time. Crystal getting caught jumping. You got the dimensional drift that bails Autumn out. Bloody hell, he's so sharp. But a very difficult retake to come out in the end for Global. PaperX just all-encompassing the site. Just so damaging and destructive with how they are fragging. 4 map points now for PaperX. 4 chances for Global Esports to try and come back, and it's just an immediate duel that they want to take around the shops.
That's the last round. Might as well try to go for it anyways, but unfortunately they're getting tagged up through those paper-thin boxes as well.
Yeah, Autumn 22 HP. And no assistance to help him there. When the dust starts to settle around that fight, we navigate towards mid as well, where the creep on up comes. Forsaken and something around the bends. And they're squashed.
Okay. Just right around the back of doors. Still hovering around the side as well.
And if you want to go to this B side as PaperX too, you've got to contend with all of the Sentinel utility that you've just not really seen at A at all. Patman finds Envy, so this round is coming up hunky-dory for Global Esports. They also want to try and hold on to all this weaponry too, because the piggy bank is looking empty. They would need a little bit of that stability.
Trying to make it as flawless as possible. But otherwise, a great start to the round. Maybe allowing for PaperX to go for that full save. Taking shop, being a little bit more aware as to how PaperX might want to find those rotations around the map.
10 seconds
This is going to be an important time as well for a couple of these GE members to just make sure that they don't get sloppy in these moments, right? This is where the experience of a couple of these players on these stages is really going to shine, right? Patman, trophy winner, right? We know what he did last year. We got Crystal, who's been around the bend. He's won things in his own right. He's been on this stage time and time again. They all have, right? Autumn as well. Yudotan too. It's Javi in this moment in time calling for the squad that needs to make sure that his supportive team, you know, are keeping him on track. We've already heard it a couple of times that it is Crystal in the mid rounds going for a couple of these calls when he recognizes things. So the pieces are moving for Global Esports. It's going to be a big test in these next couple of rounds, and we'll start in this round, right? There's not like PaperX are just equipped with pistols. There's some rifles for Jing and Devi. We'll see if they're going to be able to be the tip of the spear to lead them somewhere in this round.
Yeah, it's great that you point that out, Komodo. Needing to operate as a team after all, and having that leadership as well. Right now, just keeping things in check.
Time to jump.
Well, may very well be another big scrappy fight here, and Autumn has to plant his feet and be the guardian of this A site.
Might have heard a little bit here and there, but unfortunately getting caught as he tries to strafe back. And that's all PaperX truly needs. Now into the site, tossing a bunch of flashes. Patman forced to back away. A little bit of a drone coming out for added safety as well. Pat continuing to hold the off angle. PaperX not allowed to go for these swings any longer. Devi taking just the one.
But all three members of Global Esports are not together. They need to regroup and play this as a 3 versus 1.
Just as you mentioned before, needing to see that teamwork, but no, a straggler's being caught. Could this be the opportunity for Old Devi almost getting the flick? Yurutan there to save the day. GE hanging, still in the game.
Devi might not be up on the frag department with the rest of the team before this round, but you also know how many times he's come up good with clutches for this roster. And he nearly makes that one work, doesn't he? The 1 versus 3. These are why I say you gotta play together. He isolates the fights so well in his passive clutch moments.
Oh.
Timeout
from PaperX now. 2 out of 4 rounds gathered by Global Esports on this comeback to try and send us into OT. You're getting nervous? Do you think PaperX would be nervous on the stage now after what we saw yesterday for our higher seeded teams?
There's a real chance. It was a big upset day.
It was a big upset
today
day
as well. The big point of discussion for all of us.
But remember, Frost has never bested something.
That's a good point. That's a good point. But who knows? Perhaps this discussion might just allow him to go that extra mile, get us into OT.
Well, it is the second time out from PaperX. I believe Global still have one in play too.
They do.
So whether or not they get this round, depending on how clean it looks, could deploy their second one too for the last round of regulation. Access to the Viper's pit for Devi on this attacking side. Envy one away from the Hunters.
Pick the scare if you can, guys.
I'll try.
They're gonna fight A shops again.
Nothing, I see nothing. Take orb and come back.
Take the orb.
He's a fake then.
They have a trap, I think.
No, he's just delaying, I think.
We just hit B with the ult, boy.
Yeah, he's delaying, boy.
Hit B. Guys, run B.
Just follow boys and trade.
Careful elbow, Pat always pushing. Oh yeah, they in elbow. Okay. The SLNC shot it.
True.
Last time is Feto do that.
Guys, clear everything. Okay, clear the box also.
I'm gonna go check from me.
Watch my left, guys. Watching.
Ready pick this time to
You
get
can molly or no?
See nothing close, boys.
Okay, behind the box. I'm ready to go.
I'm
I
ready.
think elbow, okay?
I'm gonna dash left, boys. Ready?
Yep. I'm flashing.
Nothing
Now.
close side.
Nothing close side.
On top, boys.
On top. Still on top. Still on top, guys.
One back down.
Colin, then he was right up top, but now all the trades flowing through. Yudotan from backside. He's got the angle, but Envy back in for the challenge. Autumn trying to set up the blind side. There goes something! Could this be it? Javi, where has he been all this time? Getting the angle down middle. 1v1. And something still has his gate crashes.
They can just toy with Javi right now. 2 gate crashes, reals or fake.
You have to look for, ooh, almost caught in the animation. Back up on it around. Trying to find an elevated angle. Has to land the flick, and there he goes! Just a slight burst, and that takes him over the edge. PaperX close out this first map, 13-10. It's time to go to the Jurassic Park Global.
5 HP at the end there for that one in just a scrappy battle on the B side where everyone needs to start to shoot. and have that crosshair trained right and ready. Unlucky for Autumn that he was caught out with the flash in hand, but ultimately a lot of those showings in these rounds for Global Esports looking decent. Some good decisions, some good shots out. At the end of the day, PaperX are still a titanic team. And I think the lion's share of the tail end of the first half really started to show us that as well, right? A slow start, losing 0-3 in the very beginning, but apart from that, just on top, nicely done.
Yeah, it's time to oil lion's share. I mean, you might even say the dinosaur share, given how some of these rounds have gone. But at the same time, also, sometimes needing to keep themselves cool, keep themselves calm. We do see Global Esports taking a couple of these thrifty rounds, and I love to witness that.
But it's still really early days as well, right? Completely new roster, you got things to work on, you got tape that doesn't really become available for your opponents too when you consider that you're picking Breeze or Abyss as the game plan into this one. What do you think PaperX are going to be playing? You also go onto a map here in Breeze that Patman didn't play with this squad, so he doesn't really have the insight like that he might be able to translate over to Global Esports that he would have on a couple of other maps. So I'm a little bit excited to see Split be a map that could potentially showcase a little bit of that. But you're also hearing, you know, in the mix of it, PaperX again just calling nicely, very passive, patient, very passive, but very explosive when they need to as well. I mean, you got to talk about it. The Jet coming out from Jing, and he's just so destructive.
Yeah, how do you love that team comms bit in the previous round? But here we go, back over onto the desk.
Thank you so much, casters. And you know what? It's been a long while for PaperX fans to feel a bit of that stress, a little bit of the heart pounding, and they definitely gave it to us. But you know, they ended up closing this out on Breeze. Global fans should be really excited too. That was a fantastic first half, especially everything looked really strong and really coherent.
Yeah, 100%. To be able to basically put together majority a new roster, a coach coming in that hasn't worked with some of these players, and to be already competitive with PaperX is definitely nothing to be too disappointed about, especially in the Triple Elim kickoff format right at the start of the year. There's a lot to look forward to for Global Esports. This is exactly what I wanted to see from them.
I just want to note about those post plans, 5-11, that's what I'm looking at. The GE, you got onto the A site on their attack side, but they couldn't hold on to the site, unfortunately, and I think they could have got a little bit more rounds on their attack side. Of course, the attack side was always going to be a little bit harder with that solo Yoru, but they need to make sure that they can hang on to it a little bit more. And that's something that when the sides were swapped, is GE kept going down on the wrong side of the Viper wall, and they weren't staying back. Later on in the half, they were staying further back, and then if PaperX got in with their double duelist, they can fight them afterwards when the Viper wall goes down or when the smokes are there. Just this Breeze now is different. I think GE was a little bit slow to adapt to or change, and I'm sure that's something that they were frustrated about. Some of the kills, like especially the first one, is maybe a little bit unexpected, and then the other two, oh, let me try and help. So I think that was a bit of an issue for GE.
Yeah, what would you rather see them do? Like, would you rather see them fight forward and actually contest yellow more in the post, or be more patient, play the spike, maybe mid-wraps or something? Because the thing is, you don't have halls anymore. You can't just go up on the rope and have someone come bridge side or come through the door.
Batman, anjing.
Condition there.
Terlalu 6 orang PRX aja. Batman MVP cok, goblok. Terboker dulu ah.
It's kind of strong. The Jet can always updraft up. They got caught out by the updraft, and then if they do want to go in for that dash and the Yoru gate crash play, let them in. Once the wall goes down and they want to fight with the Brim smokes, now okay, use your comp that is really strong on the defense side and try and make them like kind of awkward sitting on the side, not pushing into you.
And that was for free, Frost. But I do want to ask.
He's gonna send him a bill, actually.
But I do want to ask about the comp that PaperX had. There was a Brimstone and a Jet on, well, Jing on Jet. We'll talk about that in a bit. Let's talk about the Brimstone. How do you guys feel about Brim on Breeze?
I like it, honestly. I think we saw it in Americas already, perhaps, if my memory serves correctly. So I really like it. Similar to what you see on Bind, actually, the fact that you can put the Viper wall up and then you have that instantaneous ability to make decisions, especially when your IGL's playing the Brimstone. You know, imagine the Viper wall's up and you're sitting around a main, or maybe you just got yourself into the post plant very newly. Your IGL as the Brim can instantly call, okay guys, I want to take bridge or take yellow or something. I'm going to fight for yellow, and people can prepare themselves, and then in an instant you can snappily put the sky smokes down and you can potentially catch the opponents off guard. You can do variations of the execute. We saw PRX just kind of place the sky smokes right where the Viper wall was and maintain control. So you could do a lot of very quick variations very quickly to catch your opponent off guard, and it can be hard for your opponents to kind of adapt to on the fly.
Yeah, I think it's the perfect analogy, comparing it to Bind and giving that options, especially with the IGL is on the Brimstone, that you have those options. I think it's perfect.
Now, let's talk about Jet. Not only it wasn't just any Jet, it was Jing on Jet. We had question marks going into it, but, you know, it ended up being quite impressive.
Yeah, I think it was surprising we saw something actually on the op here instead of Jing on the Jet, but you saw GE make some good adaptations to that. You see immediately as soon as they get a double op kill, something gets a double op kill on the side of PRX, then they immediately go into a quicker execute. And I like just simplifying the rounds against the op and shutting them out and using an ult like the Cosmic to just get yourself into an A-side after plan.
Yeah, that's the one thing with if you're playing the solo Yoru, you need to make sure that your ult rounds are very specific and it's very flushed out. You can get into the sites really fast, especially the moment when the OP comes out. And then the other thing that they did, the moment the defense OP came out and you don't have the ultimates necessarily to get into the site fast, the attack op came out and they can get the early kill there on something. That is something that's going to be important for them if they keep playing this style of meta comp with the solo Yoru.
Yeah, so we can see why they ended up putting this comp together with the players on particular roles. And apologies about earlier, but we were talking about Jing on the Jets.
Yes.
So let's pull up those stats and have a look there. This has been really interesting. So while this Jet was not on the op, instead it was with Yoru, it still worked out anyway with Jing entry fragging.
Yeah, not a bad debut in Pacific. I mean, we had our concerns about Jing getting put on the Jet. They have a couple of people who on PRX, hey, this is the third person that can play Jet apparently. So, you know, it was not too bad. I don't think he blew the doors off. He just fragged like you'd expect. I think the most impressive thing that he did do was the updraft in A main that just completely caught GE. Like, they had a full setup around A main, and I think they really prioritized A main control, especially when you're playing against the Viper, and they're investing the wall towards A. You really want to control that space and make it a little bit more fair in terms of the info game and not allow them to exploit you with the Viper wall towards A main. So just an updraft to completely dismantle that A main control from GE was beautiful to watch.
It turned into a round win instantly. He went for the updraft kills. I think it was the Odin maybe spamming.
Yeah, the Crystal
Odin
was spamming.
Crystal spamming. Then he kills him, and then the other two feel like they need to do something. They're going through a Viper wall, or they're going through the smoke, and then they get picked off as well. And I believe that was the bonus, if I remember correctly. So then from there now GE is playing a defensive comp, but you just lost pistol, and now you lost the bonus as well. So you're kind of just trying to reel yourself back into the game. Where I think maybe if they don't lose that bonus or they could win a pistol, then their comp definitely has good legs and good chance to be able to win on the defense side.
Now this is going to be interesting as we head into Split. This is a very strong map for PRX Global Esports. Obviously, new roster, new coach. How are they going to approach this? They were so close on Breeze, and they definitely had that game plan, but you know, things are going to be a bit tight now.
Yeah, for sure. I like that PRX have picked this into them. I think that GE had it picked into them by Varel. That didn't work out, but that's, as I mentioned on the desk before that game, Varel flipping the map pool. They didn't play much Split. In fact, in the Suit Valorant League before that, they banned Split 3 times in a row coming into Pacific, and they flipped their map pool, and that can be a risky thing. That could really backfire on you when you really try to flip your map pool and play a map that you weren't playing. And I think that's what happened to Varel, not to mention the fact that they really weren't themselves in that series. I don't think PRX is going to be nearly as easy of an opponent for GE, but also I think GE will have shown quite a bit in that game that PRX feel like they can probably exploit a little.
Yeah, for sure. I know I keep talking about the solo Yoru, but it's something that's so important if you're doing your scouting. For PRX, if they've already seen it, and now if they're going to be playing on the defense side, I wonder if they're going to be a little bit more passive. We see PRX being so aggressive. We're so used to them being aggressive, but they may be going to not give them as many fights. Varel was giving them so many fights, and the solo Yoru they weren't forced to execute. So a lot of times they could just be up numbers and then get into the site because there was no kind of hindrance for them to get in with the solo Yoru and just giving them fights, giving the opportunities to win rounds on the attack side. This comp should not be winning that many rounds on the attack side, but just try and get as many as you can, and then just close out on the defense.
You see PRX with the double duelist here. Should be a pretty good approach, an expected approach. Interesting to note that GE has once again opted to start attack side, despite the fact that they're not playing the double duelist. So they're really going to be scrapping for attack rounds. They're going to be looking for a pistol here, similar to starting out on Breeze with only the solo Yoru. They want to try to get as many attack rounds as they can possibly manage for themselves because they've got a pretty good comp for defense.
Oh, well, this is going to be an exciting one. We're going to see Split again from these two teams as we send it back to our casters, Quack and Komodo.
Thank you very much, Deska. Yeah, absolutely right what Billy said. I mean, this kind of comp, you know, it feels similar to what we just witnessed on Breeze. That question still remains, right? How is this going to play out? Can GE make this work?
Varel, everyone had expectations on coming in towards this Pacific League as well, right? And I think we had a bit of an underwhelming performance from them in the game, but we did have a lot of good showings from Global Esports. PRX, mate, that is a different beast. So this is going to be a very interesting one when you also consider that in, you know, the off-season stuff, we didn't see Breeze for PRX. This is the time that they've first deployed Breeze. We did see a lot of split. In the off-season, they played 4 renditions of this map with this comp, and they won 4 times. So if you're talking about, like, Envy coming into this roster, this is the map that he should be the most prepped for with PRX to see, and, I mean, PRX just know this map.
Just the fact that the previous map was relatively close as well. I will be very interested to see how close GE can take it this time. Right now, all the way on the attacking side, up ramp. Just something. Does have the kick crash towards the back. Fires off blind shots, but has to go safe.
Re-TPs to the team, and it was just everybody waiting for some sort of middle thing. You can rotate to B, you can rotate to A, and it's going to be the ladder right now where it's just going to be fights on fights on fights with the plant down, 5 versus 5.
Just dump the whole mag into screens. Now Envy going for the blind hops. Something gets the shot relayed back forward, picked up onto the bandit, and it's a 4-squad, 4 men all up inside of Alpha. They will take every single frag.
Unlucky for Global Esports there.
Mulai lagi.
Is not the way that you wanted to see that one go. They have all 5 members start outside of A. I like the idea from PRX, to be honest with you. 1-3-1, where you're just holding very passively at the back in towards your spawn. No matter where Global Esports are going to go around the map, you're going to have a very fast retake in that style. You hold a lot of your utility, but it's the guns at the end that get the job done. Effort by committee. PRX, something, Jing, everyone else getting some tags here and there.
Let's go, boys!
Just absolutely stomping on them for that retake.
I can't believe it. Well, we'll see. They can continue to play in that style. Right now, it's a different defensive setup.
And Prowl's going to spot out some early information, of course. No real big force up for GE in this round. Just Hatman with the Sheriff. See if there's going to be some sort of yeehaw action in this one, but you've got the push up already from PRX. There's a trade, don't get me wrong, but honestly, not really expecting too much from this round.
Wow.
Okay. Perhaps Javi.
He doesn't beat them to that, though. That's the problem.
Would be nice if he was able to retrieve it, but otherwise, perhaps caught into a position that you wouldn't otherwise want to be in. Jing will be able to snuff out that light, which leaves Autumn.
Yeah, you'd assume lights out for him as well, with Forsaken getting this flank out with the Bandit. We'll see if he's just going to steal his life in this one. Already spotting him. Easy as you like it. PRX for the 2-0 start. Now we get to see what Global will do on this attacking side, because so far, you know, extremity challenges that we'll get from PRX, we've seen shenanigans afoot from them on this map before. We've seen Garage Control come out. They like to do that. Forsaken specifically likes to get really up close and personal there. We're already going to start to see it, right? So you've got to be very aware of what's going to happen on this defensive side as far as Global is concerned. And that makes me really think, if you're PRX, are they changing up their setups time and time again to really make it a problem for GE? And I think the answer is yes. 4 essentially started at the B side of this round. You've got all of that Garage Control, and you've already got something TPing to this A site.
Very well could be. Well, his first contact goes good. Now he got onto something.
He could be on here.
Oh no! Turns all the way around. He was hearing footsteps. Maybe thought to TP safely at some point, but nonetheless, it's now a 5v3.
And Javi's just going to play off yonder as well as a little bit of a lurker roll. Benefit of the Astra.
Out of charges.
You can see the PRX are just going to be retaking from tower and screens, however, though.
Just an attempt for now. Pat will deny them the space that they do want to take. Not to mention this little bit of a crossfire as well. Oh, here comes Jing, though. Tries to triangulate into a position, but his team has got his back, which leaves Forsaken snuffed out by Javi. And GE are on the board.
Yeah, nicely done from them as well. All 5 alive, balance out a little bit of that economy, not really see PRX really coordinate together and play as a massive unit in that scenario as well, right? You got the first casualty that comes their way, a little bit isolated by a further pick out from Envy that I like. It is a rough scenario for something, you know, playing around the back of the map as well. You've always got the multi-pronged angles that your opponents can come from. And you had a little bit of settling time for GE as well to breathe. I think for this team, they are definitely going to try to capitalize on the moments when they have a couple of seconds to decide how they want to play posts or play aggressors.
At the same time, GE continuing to change their plans as well. A lot faster now, hastier.
Well, something's got the operator down the guts of mid. You've got that garage control again from PRX.
Jing with Showstopper.
And I want to see if Javi is going to call for them to come over to this B side at a point in time as well. But the premium right now for PRX really is this mid operator. Something can stay around as long as he likes, essentially. As long as he's got a bailout set, I would say. So when that gate crash does expire, you'll probably want to see him get out of dodge.
That could be the timing from G as well, waiting for those gate crashes to dissipate.
Yeah.
Clearing back garage now, forcing a smoke out.
It's going to be an important first fight that comes out in this round too. How long does Autumn stay now that his last gate crash is fading over at this B side? It's some good timing of Forsaken getting the dark covers down, and that's the go time. 40 seconds to go. GE locked in towards this A site now with the stars coming down, but again, it's another split defense from Envy and from Divide.
Just trying to get the quick rotations over, perhaps 30 seconds to go. Jing still has a Showstopper in his pocket. Patman with an opening shot.
Good interceptor to go down as well. Can buy a little bit of time.
Ooh,
it
right.
can deny something from getting out the flashes, from Envy getting out some util as well, but he's got the C's and the Haunt.
Oh, there goes. Oh, and it eats the Showstopper, but Jing gets the shot anyway. Paint shells into sight, but unfortunately Crystal does sidestep it on him for cover. Padman getting another trade in, and it's just something left with this up. No chance in hell.
Everybody, once upon a time, always complained about the Showstopper being too OP. Why is this rocket in the game? Vito stops that nicely. But you had to have the timing right, and it was a chef's kiss moment as well. You have to feel so good if you're Yudo-tan in that moment to eat that Showstopper.
That's just nice.
Yeah. And really important for Global Esports as well, right? Second round on the board, retaining a couple of these weapons, though something does still hold the operator. So there's always, and I mean always, going to be a way that PRX can come out with a round if they have that op in play.
Can I also just point out the slight irony that Yudo-tan, his name being Homing Missile, he's the one that denies the Showstopper.
Denies the big missile, yeah.
Dude, do you believe they're gonna push me on A next round?
Let's see.
Let's see, Pat.
Let's see, Pat. You are playing the Viper roll over towards the A side of the map. And if they're going to push him, you know it's going to be some sort of variety of Jing with some satchels or with something pushing up with an op. Currently, it's going to be Nada, though. There's a little bit more of a passive approach from PRX. Something on the line towards B, however. And if you're not droning him out, right, it's going to be a difficult one. So, we'll see if Crystal decides to do so with a Prowler.
Here.
For now, though, not going to get too risky as Global, as we do see GE have an opportunity towards this A site yet again. Just one PRX member over there in the form of Jing. A lot more stock in this B site for PRX for the beginning stages of this round.
For the first time in a few rounds, huh? But at the same time, always kind of waiting out the timing of the Yorus, now making their move up towards ramp alongside Viper utility, spotting out a little bit, but just enough to get Jing down to 11.
Not too heavy, though, to consider going back to the A site, rather absence of players. They've seen nothing around the map. And this is a worrisome scenario for Global. They are going into the stack.
30 seconds left.
Big stack, all the sheriffs and everything, surely, but look to something in his shot. He gets fully blinded. Locked off the line. Now you gotta have to go in for the full commit into sight. The blinds coming through. Javi getting a slight trade, but there they go right around the edges of the smoke. Weapon picked up. Defia's still ready on the backside, but 10 seconds to go. Do you have it? Something has it instead. Fatman all the way up top heaven has no choice other than to possibly save. Narrowly avoids death. PaperX takes the round back.
Nice spot.
There's a lot of misinformation in that round, and information that Global Esports are not going and gathering, really, right? They don't even get past go over at the A side of the map. They see what? Jing shooting a little bit. They see a boombot over there. They see kind of nothing else around the map. You know that the operator was retained from the last rounds, and if you don't see it over at the A side of things and you don't push forwards a little bit, you got to assume that it's got to be mid or B, and they just leave it a little bit too late. We're used to Viral, for example, in the subset that we see that Global Esports have played, giving them fights. PaperX are not doing that. They're happy to sit a little bit more retreated at these sites. So we're going to have to see more emphasis on Global Esports pushing for some information. Utilizing Crystal's kit to the best of its ability.
And speaking of which, he is one away from the Nightfall.
For me, it's Autumn with the Dimensional Drift. It's got to be used in this round, down to a Spectre. So I'm expecting that to be played. Pushing the op off the line of mid, but where does it go? To the B site now, and you've got this Cosmic Divide down.
A little bit more positions checked with utility tossed in. And there goes a Dimensional Drift as well, sussing out towards the back. There goes a little bit of a shorty kill. Crystal now making a move. Site has been opened up, dumping all the ults as well. Out towards back site.
Kind of feel like they needed so, though, to insert themselves into the site. And now with the plant down, Patman finds Envy.
Fantastic work thus far. Yudotan continuing it on. And they will end this round with minimal damage sustained.
Yeah, one away from the Viper's Pit as well. If you can get that Patman come in the next round, you'll have a good way to try and have a closure too. And gain a little bit of a lead on the attacking side of this map, as we see PaperX going to be contemplating a half by a sort of different variety look, I believe. But they themselves, of course, going to be changing approach into this next round too. They lose a round, they switch it. They're putting more towards the A site right now. And I just can't help but think, right, when Patman said earlier, you think they're going to challenge me at A? A couple of rounds too early.
Yeah. Slight challenge now, but it's just to get the orb.
But I want to see them ramp up. I want to see them recognize this really early and go towards the B site, which is exactly what they are doing. It's good decision making here. Did Autumn not spot him?
Oh no! Well, the trade is there at the very least. You are bang on for that, Komodo, but here they go. Trying to get the spike down, trying to get it all covered with this Viper's Pit. PaperX hot on their heels, though. Off to the top of heaven. 3 players, a slight clone, and also Jing with the Phantom.
Does something want to drift here?
One of those things that you're considering. Sheriffs, though, Forsaken still somehow makes it work towards the back of Garage. And there they go, trying to annihilate on towards Patman, and down he goes. Javi, Crystal, they've got to hold this tight. So far, so good, spotting out something as well. He's trapped in the corner, and he's trying to strafe around it. What a shot onto Javi. 20 HP, but he's down. Needing to get onto the spike, running out of time. Crystal with the shot at the end there, and Global takes the lead.
It's a bit expensive, though. At the end of the day, one player surviving, the pit utilized. However, you do draw out that drift from PaperX. And at the end of the day, you win the round, and that's exactly what we want to be seeing from Global Esports. We want to be seeing them make good decisions and, you know, be rewarded in these components. But for PaperX, I feel like there was a world in which they get that, of course, right? They themselves are hitting their shots, getting in their drifts, seeing exactly where their opponents are, going for the body blocks, going for the sprays. Doesn't result in a round win, though. And now there's a timeout on the back of that, too. Defensive side of Split. Not going too crash hot for PaperX just yet.
Just keeping things a little bit competitive. But yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, they've been challenged round after round, switching up their defensive setups. What could the next one possibly be? Especially considering the economy, which should come back up. Meanwhile, though, I mean, for GE, just the way that they've been playing around it, you were calling for it, Komodo, for them to recognize the fact that, yeah, if they're going to be applying pressure earlier on, we should be pushing on other parts of the map, and they did just that.
Oh, it's just kind of normal recognition bits, right? If you count 3, 4 different sets of utility towards one side of the map, you know that the other side is going to be extremely weak. You've got the cheated rotate of a Yoru, don't forget. But at that point in time, it doesn't really matter. It's still going to be weak. Now the evolution gets popped from Yudo-tan, and it's going to be a split approach for now. Try and send Paper X to this A site to stack it while you ensure that the B site is no longer equipped by your opponents, and that's exactly what's happened here. GE into the site, they can get the plant. Patman finds something. That is a pretty good opener.
Bring them down.
What a way to thwart your opponent's plans. Now setting up the smokes and everything as well, but Envy tries to seize the initiative. Goes in along Nightfall and Showstopper. Going through with the TP as well. Yudo-tan trying to bypass every single bit of it, but it's not enough. The shots coming through from Paper X, and they're starting to surround this pillar. Javi still trying to isolate. Not quite happening. Autumn coming back through from top heaven now, but it's a 1v2. Does he have the angle? It's slightly smoked off. Paper X will double up, and they get the defuse at the end. The score tied up back to back.
Now, unfortunately for Patman as well, just wasn't expecting a hell drop. Be pressuring him from a couple of different angles. I did like the time that was bought slightly by the interceptor, right? Showstopper was popped, but you couldn't shoot that out. They had to switch weapons to be able to destroy it. And as soon as it turned into, you know, the 4 versus 4, you just have so many Paper X members around the site who are just going to start shooting every angle that they possibly can. There's a lot of smokes that are just carpeted around the site as well, that you're just trying to slice it any which way you can. Tied scoreline now 4-4. Good conversion on the back of Paper X's time out. And by position, you do see a bit of a default play by Global, rewarded with the operator for the first engagement.
That's going to be a bit of a surprise. Leaving a mark. Viper spit down as well, though.
And Forsaken doing what he does best with his signature smoke. Pushing in towards B lobby. Flash to potentially come out from something as well, but he's just going to do the TP bait, get the information as a body, and well, luckily he actually does take that TP, right? Because now he's at the site where the hit's coming down.
Should be prepared for the hit. Trying to reposition to the best of his ability. Jing as well, trying to play around for cover. Bought it just enough time for Divide to perhaps get into heaven.
They have no idea that Patman is behind them. Look at that. It's gorgeous from him. And that should just be the deal sealer on this round right now. Forsaken with the flank means Diddley Scott, when the chokeholder's still going to be watching him, to give Autumn a bit of a heads up. And poor old Divide, he's going to be at the ramp, but 2 versus 5.
Sneaking all the way through the chokehold as well, but still a 2v4 at the end of it. Stars placed down at their feet. And also low HP, but still finding a kill onto Pat. Here comes Javi. And Forsaken left. GE will be able to take the round away, thanks to Patman.
That's 2 components in that round for me, really. Autumn finding the initial engagement against Envy, and the fact that Jing is down on the site as well, isolated. And then you've got the settling too, right? You've got the regroup approach to come through from GE. That's got to be someone, unfortunately, at the end of the day. But yeah, we've all been there. Really nicely done from Patman, though, as saying, you know, getting that gap around the map to find the 2.
Oh my God.
Breaks the econ of Paper X as well. Some buckies, some pistols. Forsaken in his home.
Yeah, knock, knock, but G want none of that. Up towards middle, then a surprise peek from Divide.
Toxins going up.
Head scratcher moment. Yudo-tan not happy with that one. Seen a couple of thrifties already in this series. Early one from Paper X last map. 2 more later on from GE. Oh, Autumn aware.
So careful with the stutter step.
Put on the mask as well. Want to get deep in towards the site to reveal where your opponents are. You hear the drone of Jing. And he's just going to try and challenge in this smoke. It's cheeky. I like it. He should be good for 1. Oh, never mind.
They caught onto him. And it's just so quick and so aware as well. Still, though, Divine with his sharp. He had the kill from before. Does find a second one, but now hitting the deck thanks to Patman.
And you got to remember as well, with all the time that's been bought around this, is there a flank that could come out? That's what Javi's thinking currently. As Envy at the tower will be met with something.
Trying to find whatever they can get.
Yeah, don't take this one as 2 1v1s. Play it together for the swing, and that's exactly why something is always going to be good for his name. Something in these rounds. 6 found for Global. Better than the first half of the last map. But will it become an equal playing field on the exchange, or will they extend this lead? Something's going to get that operator back on out.
You kill me, Komodo. But absolutely right as well. 2 rounds left in this first half. Can Global secure a strong lead?
Aussie pride.
Gotta love it.
Crystal does have the Nightfall available in this round, and Autumn is just going to delete something caught with the operator and caught in transition of the TP. He's even looking for more.
Off with the Nightfall as well. Big damage sustained by Envy, but Jing trying to sidestep all of it, finds a quick double, blocks away the blind, tosses the paint shells, and that's where Yudotan will seize the initiative.
Is it going to be a settling moment, though, for GE? 3 versus 2. Envy super close. Barrel stuff moment, essentially, but Yudotan needs to win the duel. He wills. Javi off Yonder wins that one, too. Fights on fights, and Global come out on top. As we transition into the last round of this half. Global Esports will be winning no matter what. But an 8-4 tastes a lot better than a 7-5. So what do we have in store for PaperX now?
That's exactly the question. The alt cycle's coming through and through, but at the same time, PaperX not shy to just really go in for some of these brawls, evident by some of these moments, but Global's starting to wake on up.
I do like the little changing moments as well from Global, where they have Pat on the lurk sometimes, Javi on the mid lurks. This time, Mr. 8K is looking to play Scopey Boy. Oh, or he was. Autumn will regather that one, as it's going to be an all-in approach to this B site for Global. Already Jing starting to rotate over here as well.
Everyone from PaperX trying to play around the smokes to the best of their ability. Something needing to stay alive as well, but unfortunately goes down. Forsaken towards the back.
Interceptor again!
And that does not work. Forsaken, though, has the kills. Weapon back online, but here comes Yudotan! Double found! Abilities placed, trying to bait out and locate their positions while his team is no longer here. 50 seconds left, wanting to get the spike down, but as soon as he swings, Envy is here to play.
Now 7-5 at the half to GE. Still a bit more of a fan of Global Esports when they're going for the split plays instead of the one-dimensional plays, I'll call them there as well, right? Kind of telegraphed a bit in that moment by PaperX, where they only have one spot that they really need to look at. And you just got the crossfires that come out really nicely. Forsaken with the Judge as well is just so close, it's going to destroy you. Lines of sight that can just get sprayed on down. The Interceptor does zap the Showstopper technically, but by that point in time, it was already looking to be a winnable scenario for PaperX to close the round.
Dulu ini bahaya nih, kadang-kadang suka copyright anjing goblok banget.
Attacking side, where it's going to stylistically be a little bit different, right? Double duelists. You know that they're going to want to try and get these early lines, these early fights as well, but I think for me, I am really more intrigued by what Yudotan's setups are going to be, right?
Lah, kita pasti menang lah. Kita main dulu wood hearing wave saja. Menang ini malah. Serangnya pasti lebih jago sih.
We didn't get to witness too much of that on Breeze. We do see him finding a bit of value with the interceptor inside of some of these fights.
Yeah.
It always would be lovely to see a lot more.
So you got the chokehold at the front of the A site here in this. You can get a lot of these containment kills, but you're not running something like a Raze on your duelist side to be able to nade them and confirm kills. You could technically argue a Snake Spike can get some damage, but it's not going to finish off your opponent. You'll still have to get some sprays in there when they're vulnerable. Bit of a mid affair for PaperX to begin at the moment to draw some eyes there, but it's just from something who can rendezvous with the rest of the team over towards the A site. I'm not talking about the chamber. Patman though for the challenge, squashed.
Yeah, at least gets the C's down, but
baru dibilang jago anjing.
But there go the paint shells as well. Envy and Forsaken now continuing to barrel on through. You've got a bit of damage coming through from Heaven as well, though. Frenzy shot.
Nice banget anjing Envy.
Envy onto the site.
Yeah, a little bit over eager from Crystal to go for that challenge. Now Javi, it's his turn.
Low HP. Envy just trying to play around the corner. Does have the spike, but Javi wall bangs on through. GE will take it to an 8th.
Well, he knew he tinked him in that moment, and there was already a little bit of damage done previously, so he's got to assume he's super low. Different scenario if that's a classic, right? You just assume it's the jumping right click, but the Ghost trying to get them shots on out. PRX will not be picking up the pistol despite finding an opening kill. A bit one-dimensional as I'm talking about, right? When it comes to split, much more of a fan of multiple. Oi, every time I hear that. But Autumn continuing to silence them. Just the ego, of course, with Divine. Trying to find a bit of damage. Okay. If Envy manages to find some timing here with this Bandit, he can equalize. They can get a plan, they can settle. They can look for some more favorable engagements. 3 versus 2. Yutan is by himself over at this A site. The good thing for him, though, is any entry in through main, the chokehold compliant, he would hear a Heaven drop. So he is putting himself in the right location. Maximize potential. That's exactly why. Finds the first. Knows where. He's got the jump shot. It gives me a little bit more
dan 5 anjir. Sembilan 5. Oi. Oi, oi.
ついてくるのよ。私が見届けるわ。任せたわ。運命だ。システム引き継ぎ完了。示す検討確認。確認。星々に問いましょう。構造をお渡しします。安全運転でよろしくね。ねえ離さないでね。やっほー。仕上げだよ。はっ。
Kalau mau bertarung juga, malah lagi bertarung. Kalian aja itu. Farming apa Farming apa lagi? Ini udah 450 kayak gini masih kurang kah? Ya jelas ya. Gak guna anjing dua-duanya. Salah ini. Bagong. Spektro. Second row or left, snaking snack like bonus. Third row, dead center, no step in the comic book. Last row by the window, zone out for half of the class already. Wait, just it. Don't paying attention either. Dari 11.000. 12.000 buat lah. Bunga masih 21. Oh, tower. Hari. Tower dulu ya berarti ya. Wow, lumayan atuh Sampai nih 13.000 makanya. 13.000 tambah 30. Ya tambah 800. 800. Standar 12.000 kalau misalnya itu kayaknya. Nyatanya gue udah 20 masuk lagi. Song coy. Habis. Nanti gue cari hidden achievement dulu dah. Habis. Ada racing kali ya. Oh ini tutorial, tapi ini udah ada ya, aneh banget. Dan itu yang ini. Joget-joget lagi. Ya udah habis. Kan ada. Gue takutnya gini-gininya caranya. Jangan deteksi gimana ya? Masa lupa ngambil? Iya dong. Lagi lumayan. Oli, kayak gini lupa ngambil. Ya berarti harus tele-tele, harus buka gituan. Nah jadi gini, ES ada frost maksudnya. Oke, berapa tuh? Menang harusnya. Ntar gue lihat dulu ya. Ih, berat sekali. Tiga 13-5. Oh, kalah. Wow, kita kebain. Berbantai gitu PRX di jarang-jarang ya. Gue kira bisa comeback. Baca kayaknya udah si Batman ngasih tahu caranya ngalahin PRX. Itu si Frost kenapa ada di GS sih? Emang Talon bubar ya? Talon kayaknya bubar. Ini gue udahan dulu guys, lapar makan tuh. Lapar. Udah nggak banyak ada sih. Terus diteleportin satu-satu gitu, ngeceknya anjing bangsat. Jazz. Nah, siap menunggu. Ini event juga udah habis ya nih. Nah, daily. Render di mana ya? Aku lupa aja.
Speed up.
Belum. Ya. Sampai ke sini. Ya, udah off dulu guys. Makan dulu. Thank you udah menemani. See you next streaming besok lagi ya, hari Senin. Sampai jumpa.